Here's the truth most creative will never say out loud. Your ideas, your art, your blood and sweat work would actually not be seen. And that's not because it's not good enough, but because no one actually know they exist. And that is where the problem is, because if you keep waiting for the right time, if you're waiting for perfection, your brilliance will get locked away.
100%.
But stick around, because in a couple of hours, we're definitely going to show you how to make sure that you're heard, you're seen, and your voice can never be ignored again. Welcome to the Vibe Lab podcast, Creatico's bold space to talk about everything creative. My name is Ali Oceans, and with me is the one and only Femi Knows. Hi, Femi.
Hi, Ali. How
It's
you doing?
great to have you here with us. So we will be your co-hosts for the whole of this season, and we're looking forward to you learning and building with us, because here we say it raw and clear for you to get it.
You know what time it is. Hi, everyone. So the Vibe Lab podcast, we exist to, we realized that creatives needed a space,
Yeah.
to learn, laugh, and level up, go to the next level.
Mm.
And with our experience so far, we realized that creatives actually need a podcast like the Vibe Lab, because we've met so many creatives that they don't even understand, the basic things that they need to understand as creatives. So the Vibe Lab podcast exists to spill the tea, and we have a couple laughs along the way, right?
Yes, we do. We do. And just as the name implies, right, this is the experimental ground. This is where you hear it as it should be. So Femi, tell me, is there a story of you knowing your voice? As in, what story do you have in your head that could explain a show you knowing your voice and how it actually saved a project?
Okay, let me think of something. Okay, now there's a story.
Okay.
Okay, so now I've worked with an artist,
Mm-hmm.
incredible talent, incredible voice, an amazing songwriter. But whenever he records in the studio, the music execs, the label execs, they would try to influence the song. They'll be like, you have to sound like this person. You don't see how this person is sounding. You don't see how this person is sounding. That's this trend. That's how you're supposed to do. So all the songs he has written and recorded for himself, they would not promote those songs. But instead is the song, no, you have to sound like bang, 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 bang. That is the vibe. That's what we sell in clubs. And it kept on going for a while, and that is the song they would release, obviously. So it got to a point where he performed his personal records, once at an event. The label execs didn't know about it. He just performed the songs, and the ovation he got, it was entirely different from every other thing. So now your voice as a creative is your superpower. Even if you feel like a hot mess or you're not good enough, your voice is your superpower. So no matter what, and music is spiritual.
Yes,
right?
it is.
The vibe it comes to you, and you deliver it. That is your voice.
Exactly.
That is what you have.
Exactly. So this season, you will hear stories from great creative shapers. You would obviously get practical frameworks on how to work on yourself and get action. There will be fun segments. We don't want it to be boring. We have made up our mind that when we talk about anything relating to the business or law segment in the creative space, we'll make sure it is fun and it's something you like to be part of. So you have no reason to actually miss this season, because everything from one to the end is going to be hot.
We're not going to bore you
At all. No
This
need.
is not a business lecture. This is a playground for creatives. It's a stage for your voice to be heard. We're here to leave you inspired and not overwhelmed.
So let's talk about something that's really important. It's the $1 million question that everyone is asking. Everyone asks. I think I've asked that question of myself. Why does your voice even matter? And the truth is, I'm going to just try and answer first, and then I'll let you have fun. Clarity of voice determines how others actually see you, trust you, and collaborate with you. Now, without it, your ideas can get lost. And if they do, even if they are fire, if your voice is not still clear for the world to know what you're all about and what you're trying to build, you would definitely be lost in the big mumble jumble of this space, basically.
Exactly. Now think about your favorite creators. the ones stuck up in your head, your idols,
Yeah.
they have something unique about them.
Mm-hmm.
I call it a signature voice, right?
Hmm.
They have something that whenever you hear it, even from music artists to actors, whenever you hear it, you would be able to relate and realize that this is this person.
Yeah.
That is the power of having your voice.
Yeah, and the thing is, it's not just about being famous. I really love to debunk the fact that creatives think the entire essence of coming out and doing your thing is for you to be famous. No, your creative voice will always shape the opportunities you get, whether you like it or not. The project you take on, and ultimately your satisfaction with your work. So imagine submitting your ads or your pitch and it lands somewhere that you exactly want it to be. And I think one of those moments for me would be with Creatical, right? Having it land where it needed to be and where people really wanted it. It was just pure magic at that point.
And it's not always easy,
Obviously,
right? There are so many barriers that creatives face. Sometimes you second guess yourself.
Yeah.
Sometimes you feel like you're not good enough. Sometimes you overthink. Sometimes you're trying to be a perfectionist. And let me tell you something. As a creative, you cannot afford to box yourself into a corner. The best creative works happen when you're not trying to be perfect, when you're not trying to have the best notes.
Yeah.
Fiber once said that Perry was a freestyle in the studio.
Really?
Yes, it was a freestyle in the studio. It was a song he never wanted to release because it was like, no, this is not the perfect song that I have written. And guess what? That's one of the biggest songs. So do not let these barriers hold you down.
Yeah. And for those who really think that they're alone when these things happen, I need you to understand that everybody who has actually solved problems, I've had hours where they have deleted drafts. Heck, I have deleted drafts. When I tell people about my very first podcast story, they will just be laughing because it's the most hilarious thing possible. It was literally in 2020. I had already told my cousin that, okay, let's have a podcast since 2015. No, we're going to have a podcast since 2015. And then she'd be like, let's do gossip. I'm like, I know they do gossip. And so during the 2020 period when COVID had us all locked down, everybody was less busy. I'm like, what should I do with my time? Because I can't sit at home and do nothing. And then here comes me saying, okay, I'll start a podcast. And that was when, we just started Anchor and then everybody just carry your phone and be recording. Femi, I recorded more than 50 times with my phone. I kid you not. And every time I record it, it felt like my voice was getting worse. And I started hating my voice more. So when I finally decided to post the first episode, I went like, order and I die. Let's just post it. So every one of us have had that moment in our lives where we have deleted drafts. We have told ourselves we're not good enough. And the truth is, every time you do it, the one time you say all die and I die and you post it, I bet people actually love what you're doing. It's always, I don't know how it happens, but that moment when you decide to post it, there's always someone somewhere that actually resonates with it. So it's not going to be easy, but it's something that can be done. So my very first creative fail was literally that.
Oh, wow.
It was literally that. I sat down. I recorded in the night. I spent the better part of the day writing, drafting. I want to sound like this. And then when I finally now started recording, it just became very funny. So yes, we all have fails. We have crazy things that actually get to us, but it has to happen. So Femi, let's hear yours.
First of all, I would like to say failure is not. It's sometimes it's important to fail.
It is a necessity.
Yeah,
actually.
Sometimes it's important to fail. I think mine was the first event I organized.
Ooh.
We hyped it like it was Coachella.
Really?
We printed flyers, printed banners, we hyped it a lot. Guess what?
What happened?
On the day of the event, only 6 people showed up. 4
4
out of them, family members.
Oh shit!
The remaining 2, free tickets.
Are you serious?
We wanted crowd to come inside. People were not even outside. If people were outside, you'll have said, "Oh yeah, come in for free." We just 6 people. But when the event started, the 6 people in that auditorium that day, they vibed, they laughed, they screamed their lungs out.
Can you imagine?
They enjoyed every single bit of that moment. And that was when I realized that sometimes your voice is not measured by the size of the crowd.
Nah, it's not.
But by the depth of the impact that what you're trying to do is going to bring.
Now, the lesson here basically is that every of our fails have shaped our voices. I mean, how I ended up becoming an entertainment lawyer is stemming down from all of these failures that have happened over time in my life. So every of our fails have actually shaped our voices. Every misstep we've had has taught us one or two things. And the truth is, with this, you know what works and what doesn't. So you know how to help other people coming along the way. So if you make a mistake, it's like one step closer to, getting your
Getting it
authentic,
right.
your authentic creative self. Every mistake helps you get that done properly.
But most creatives, they get lost. Failure to them is the end of the world.
Yeah.
But trust me, so many people have failed, and so many successful people have failed. And the reason they're successful is because they've learned from those failures, and they've built on it, and they've grown. And before you know it, they are the best at what they do. And that's the lesson we're trying to like put out there for creatives to know, that failure is a necessity for the next stage in your creative life.
So because this is our first episode, right? And we're going to keep it very small and short and nice. We said, okay, let's just have this fun segment, right?
Okay.
So it's going to be like fireside chats. Which one? What did you say? Fireside chat?
Yeah, you did. Yeah, we had like a fireside chat yesterday.
So my head is everywhere. So the truth is, we're going to just have a rapid fire questions, like no overthinking, just quick answers, and then I really want to see you do some really, really crazy answers here.
Okay. So are you gonna be asking me, or I'm gonna be asking you too? I gotta ask you too.
Yeah, ask now.
So you ask me,
I'll
then
ask
I ask
you. Yeah, I'll ask you, and then you ask me. So I think the very first one for you would be, when did you realize that this entertainment thing was your thing?
Oh wow! All right.
Nothing can answer.
No. Of course, yes. Now before I went to the law school, I had graduated a few years. I waited about 5 to 7 years before I went to the law school after graduating. So in that 5 to 7 years, I was in a creative space.
Yeah.
Now started with shooting a movie. I went for auditions, so we started shooting a movie. I started writing movies. Then from there, I went to managing a record label, managing artists, being amongst creatives, helping out. And from that moment, I fell in love with the entertainment industry. And I'm like, no matter what happens, because at the time it was not clear whether or not I was going to become a lawyer.
Yeah.
At that time, I was like, God, if you make me a lawyer, entertainment is what I would really love to be into, because I realized that a lot of things needs to be fixed. Ali, we have a lot of work to do as entertainment lawyers.
Nobody you go tell me.
Lot of work.
I'm saying literally. Nobody go tell me. I sit down one straight.
It gets worse every day. Let me show you.
Tell me about it.
Let me show you one. Just one, right? You are aware now. Remember the artist we worked with?
Yeah.
We worked with an artist that signed a contract that he cannot get out of. There was no termination clause for the artist. It was like 20-page contract, and only the label could terminate the contract.
At some point, you keep wondering what the 20 pages is for. At the end of the day, I'm sorry to those who read 20 pages contract, by the way. Sometimes I sit down and wonder, what is this 20 pages contract about, really? Really, really, really. Anyways, I thought to ask you. No, your turn. Oh, yeah.
What's the weirdest combo snack you've ever had, or you actually love?
Weirdest combo snack. This is gonna be hard. I don't know if it's a snack, but I think I prefer to take. Nobody should come after me. Okay, I prefer to take pork and gari.
Pork and gari. Okay.
You not judge me. That's new. Thank God, though. Nobody's judging me today.
No judgment.
Okay, so my next question: what is the most embarrassing situation you've been in as an entertainment lawyer, where everything you want to say come off for your head? You better tell me the truth.
Wow.
Because you obviously will not be on stands every time.
No, yes, now. So I went to deliver a lecture at the university at one point in time, at the time, and
yeah.
I mean, I face crowd a lot, right? But this particular one, the crowd, they were loud, and they were just, putting out words, just shouting, just screaming at you.
Are you serious?
And, I got to the stage. They called me up, and the ovation was crazy loud, and blah, blah, blah. Everybody was clapping. And I got to the stage, and for like 1 minute, I was blank.
Really?
I was just blank. Like, I didn't know. I don't know. I didn't know why I was here. Like at
Mm.
first,
Mm.
So it took me time to gather myself, and I started talking.
Mm-hmm.
And in the midst of that, they were still loud. At some point, so a lecture was supposed to deliver for like 45 minutes, 15 minutes, or I'll quickly chap chap chap. I'll move. Phew, no time.
You do TEDx style. Sharp, sharp.
Yes.
Okay, okay.
What's the worst advice you've ever gotten about your creativity?
Ah, okay. This is very interesting because I think for the better part of my life, I've been told I was unserious. That's before the whole law thing happened to me. And by the way, I didn't even want to do entertainment law initially. I mean, I came from a family where everyone was a singer. I mean, I have a producer as a brother and all of that. But I didn't want to do entertainment law. I wanted to go to ICJ, do the whole international lawyer thingy and look good. But then every time I ran away from being a creative, it seems to call me back. So, and that's because everybody kept saying, you are unserious, creatives are unserious, it's a hobby, it's not something you do like that. So I think the worst advice I've ever gotten as a creative would probably be make money first before you become a creative.
That's a terrible advice. Make money
I
first
was told to
before you
go
can
to
be a
school,
creative.
make money, and then if I start thinking of my hobbies.
There's a million ways that is a
Ah,
terrible.
that's what I was told, literally.
Please, do you want to tell us who gave you that?
I know the person who watched this thing now, and I cannot explain it tomorrow. So I'd rather not do that.
that's fine.
I'd rather
That's fine.
not do that.
That's fine. Your turn.
So one last question for you. I'm thinking. Not for you to give me a story because I mean people are involved, but have you ever had any artists that want to cut your neck?
What's the context of cut my neck?
Want to give you a headache?
Oh my God. Where do I start from?
Start from any of them, but don't tell me story before they'll come and carry you.
To be honest, right? Generally speaking, creatives can be like one of the hardest people that you work with. To be honest with you, the creatives can be very hard to work with in the sense that yes, you're a creative, yeah, but in the sense of the word, it should be about your art, right? What you're into, personally. But when it comes to our part of the job, the business and the legal part of the job, you have to listen. You're not expert
Tell me
in that
something.
field. You gotta listen. But guess what? I had this artist that he felt like he knew exactly what we're supposed to know. What we went through, rigorous Nigerian law school, all the crazies, to achieve. And they felt like he could do that. And it doesn't work like that. I do not interfere in your art. Do not let me just give me time and space. Let me breathe. Let me do my job. But no, it's always conflicting, always. And at the end of the day, I had to like just step back. And guess what? Made some really weird decisions.
I think to put what you just said in context, basically, there's nothing wrong with creatives doing the law and the business part. Really, there's really nothing wrong with that. What is wrong is you behaving like you know when you don't know.
No, right?
I think I've had to deal with somebody like that. You tell him, "Oh, you're supposed to get this done." He'll be like, "Yeah, I know." And then that's another conversation. No? You come back and beg, "Please, let's do it. And before you know, you go ahead and do something else, and then when problem comes, start calling you, "Hello, Ali. So this is what happened." And I'm like, okay, we'll see where we see. We'll see. So I think like they should know about that part, but I think it's safer for them to actually get the right information because we have so many information out there about how the legal and business part of what we do work, and every year new things are coming up, new things are happening. So yeah, that's about that. So we have one last question.
Yes. This is a bit personal.
Oh my God.
What's a skill that you thought you were very good at, but you realized that that this is definitely not for me.
Drawing.
And you tried. Oh.
I cannot draw a straight circle. Is that bad? Did I say straight circle?
Yeah, you did.
To show you how bad it is. I cannot draw a full circle properly. My circle used to be like, I would have shown you a picture, but there's no need for me to embarrass myself that much.
Like some.
It used to be anyhow. Sometimes it used to be like eggs. Sometimes it would be like ball. Sometimes it would be like all these over something.
Only.
It's never really straight. And then because of that, every time I want to draw, I have this weird thing where I look at the paper like this to confirm the line. So yeah, I actually thought I could draw, and I felt that way because my dad is an amazing artist.
Okay.
He draws well and he does this whole calligraphy thing. So I felt like I had collected that particular gift. Apparently, no.
Nah. I remember the first time I tried drawing. That was in secondary school. It was the fine arts course, right? They asked us to draw a cow. I cannot forget. Oh my God! If you see my cow, if you see my cow, Ali, I'm not gonna lie. If you see my cow,
I say throughout my primary school days, when they asked us to bring drawing from our house that we have drawn, what always happened is I'll beg my dad to help me draw. When I now go to class, sees me that draw, not calling me OG.
I did never ask you to come and draw life on.
No, I used to tell them that I used to take inspiration from the house to draw the drawing.
Okay, let me answer that question for myself. I think mine is dancing. So when I was in the university, you know, I joined some dance group.
Let's do break
I thought
dance.
I could, do all of those things, and all of those things. I tried. But later I realized that this is not my calling. Because I mean, I have friends that when you watch them dance, everybody will marvel and be like, stargazed and starstruck. But me, to finish a routine, oh my God!
So it says that I can dance more than you.
No, I'm still gonna beat you. I still learned some moves back in the day.
Okay, we'll find out very soon.
Yeah, we're gonna find out.
So, all right, listeners. The truth is, the take home from today's conversation, really, for us, what we want you to take home is, your voice is your power. You could literally find out from all the stories we're sharing that these are the things that have actually shaped us and allowed us our voices take more spot in what we do and how we get them done. So take a moment this week. When you listen to this, take a moment this week to identify just one way your creative story is unique. Everyone has a unique story. Your story is not the same as the next person, even though there are some scenarios that feel alike, but they are not the same. So take one moment this week to actually figure out why your voice is unique.
Yes. And that wraps up episode 1 of the Vibe Lab podcast. We want to thank you for tuning in and staying with us on this journey. For creatives, every creative, you have your voice. Use it. Do not let anybody tell you why you don't deserve to be heard.
Yeah.
You have the voice. Use it. That is your gift. As a creative, as a creative, if you love this episode, please send it to your loved ones that are creatives. Share, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and a creative might be right beside you that actually needs to watch this video and stay glued to the Vibe Lab podcast, because we are going to always spill the tea. Yeah, always. You can also join our conversations on Instagram. We have an Instagram page. We'll share it with you guys by the end of this episode. And also subscribe to our Creative Co WhatsApp channel. I mean, the Vibe Lab podcast is an extension of Creatical. So follow us there. Follow us on our Instagram page for all behind the scenes clip, fun polls, and probably more creative energy. Because let me tell you, we have a lot to talk about in this space. Please, let's go back a bit now. You said Creatical. Please, for the sake of people that don't understand what Creatical is, please, can you just give us a brief, pretty simple introduction of Creatical? Yes, I live for that. So Creatical is a creative empowerment agency where we actually believe that creatives need structure, system, and clarity to get things done. So we know you have talent. We understand that you're really good at what you do. We know your talent to take it there. But if you have a structure, if you have a great system, it keeps you there. So we do that through our educational system, this podcast, obviously, as one of the ways, and then our conferences. So you see that this is an intentional move. It's not just a one-time thing. It's not just a two-time thing. It's something we want to keep doing so that you can build a great legacy and not just blow, in quotes. So it's good to be a creative, but to be great at what you do, you need that structure, you need a plan, you need a system that exists to work for you. So do not take it for granted. Yeah. So get ready, get inspired, and keep that creative voice loud. Until next time, stay bold, stay curious, and keep vibing. This is the Vibe Lab podcast powered by Creatical. Have an amazing day. Bye. See you next time.